I want you to think back to 2007, 2008, 2009. This is when we had the Great Recession and where unemployment got to 10%. 10%. And housing prices fell 20 to 30%. 2007, 2008, I was in the storage auction business. I was making money because the economy was so bad and people were looking for deals. Now, you listen to people talk today, talk about how hard it is, talk about there are no jobs, talk about how they're struggling. I have a theory here, and I want to share this theory with you. My theory is COVID and the great setback of COVID has deeply influenced Americans and made Americans soft and weak. What happened during COVID? I remember making videos like, people were talking about you couldn't work, and then the government started to give out all this money, and people started looking for remote jobs. And this is something that's really interesting to me. People became so addicted to remote jobs that they wouldn't go back to a job where they had to go back to the office without having to deal with, they would take less money if they were faced with going back to the office, right? So one of the things that we have to understand is the mentality of America right now. Right now, we have a bunch of people who have been used to, like with remote jobs. Remote jobs has become a... All right, let's talk about the books. This book right here is, most people pick the wrong business, How to Discover the Right Business for You. That's what that book's about. We got a sale going on, the Money Management Kitty sale, Savage Money Master Your Finances, Unmasking the Investment Lie, the Motherfucker Principle, and the Money Management course. We got that going on as well. And let's get into it. The Profitable Mom, how you can make money as a stay-at-home mom or single mother. Got that book going on. Then we've got this guy, Savage Finance, the Savage Lawsuit, how to file, win, and collect without a lawyer, how to set up your lawsuit. We got the Motherfucker Principle. You can get that really cheaply. It's $1. And then we have this book, very powerful book, Unlock the Secrets of Making Millions with a Small YouTube Channel. Then we have Uncover the Investment Lie, why so many people tell you invest without giving you the full truth. Before You Say I Do, Discover the Secrets of a Lasting Marriage, the conversation you need to have with your wife before you get married. Then we have Savage Finance, Savage Money, Unlock the Secrets of Aggressive Money Management. Then we have the Sales Guide, Mastering Targeted Sales. Then we've got 2 more books. Permissionless Management, How to Hire People. And then we have Permissionless Wealth, Build Multiple Businesses at the Same Time. So currently these books will be on sale, so look for the price adjustment and you go ahead and get in there now. Big thing. I'll share a story with you of someone I know that was working remote. Now this is the craziest thing. Someone I used to date. She made, at the time, she was making $150. She probably does like $250 now. And she had to set up this little regimen where she would get up and walk her dogs. Then she would do some work. Then she would go to the gym. Then she would come home and take a nap. Then she would finish her day and go back to her job. Making $150,000 a year. And that's the schedule that she had put for herself during this remote transition. And what happened was people got used to creating their own schedules in this remote economy where people were not working 8 hours. They weren't working, many people weren't even working 4 hours. And they were getting paid for that time. And it became very, very addictive. It became really, really addictive. So we had COVID, then we had remote work, then we had the government giving people. The number of folks who were going to jail for the PPP fraud was epidemic. You had famous people going to jail because they got some of that PPP money. I remember I was opening up a bank account at PNC Bank, and the banker told me all these folks who were coming in and opening up business accounts to get that PPP loan. So we had this period where people couldn't work, and then we had this period where the government was giving out crazy amounts of money. Then we had this period of people doing remote jobs, which brings us to today. Hands down, the economy today is nothing like the economy was 2007, 2008, 2000. Ain't even close. Ain't even close. I remember I was dating this girl she was an attorney, and she was wondering should she continue to pay her mortgage because her house, when she bought her house, she paid like $380, and the current price of her house went down to like $250. And she was just stressing out about that. Should I keep paying this mortgage on a house that's not worth it? And I said, look, at some point, the price of your house is going to come back. I can't say when, but it is, and you should keep paying your mortgage. And it did. And she was able to sell her house for like $450 when they rebounded. But right now, we have this mentality with the K-shaped economy, because I live in a K-shaped economy area. I live in Vinings, Georgia, which is right next door to Sandy Springs and right next door to Northside Drive. If you don't know Northside Drive, you go down the drive, all you see are long driveways and gates, and the houses are big as small churches. So in this economy, you have a bunch of people who have been through COVID, been through government money, been through getting money sent to them for staying at home, not working. I remember making videos like, this is the time for you to retrain. This is the time for you to go out and do things that you need to do to literally change your life. And people did not do it. What did they do? They were sitting at home smoking weed, they were having sex, playing video games. They did nothing to improve their economics, nothing at all. Now we're in this state where we have this K-shaped economy where that group, the bottom half of America, they're wage slaves, they're suffering. Price of gas, price of rent, price of groceries is hitting them hard. Then we have this K-shaped economy where the folks who are doing really well, they're doing better than ever. They're doing better than ever. Where I live in Vinings, and this is something else. I can right now go to my parking garage, right? And over half the residents' cars are still there because these folks are working from home or independently wealthy. They're not like straight, like when it's time to go to work, I leave. There's no mad rush of folks trying to go to work. These folks are living a different economy. I would say a lot of them are business owners. A lot of them are doing high-end work. Just literally maybe a mile away from where I live, there's an old IBM center called Wildwood. It's still standing. There's still businesses in there. So the top half of the K is still doing quite well. And I got a question for you. You know, someone left a comment talking about, I have money or we're taking vacations and stuff, and it was just a prime example of someone living in the K-shaped economy. Now, here's the thing, and I want you guys to really, really listen to me. In 2009, I started a business that went on to make $1 million a year in the middle of a worse economy than what we have today. The economy, you can look at it from a statistical standpoint, you can look at the records, the economy was much, much worse than what the economy we have today. So you got a choice. You can, like, if you're in that top half of the K where you have money, your bills are paid, you're taking vacations, you're not even going to listen to me because your life is fine. Your life is good. But if you're in that bottom of the K, you need to listen to me, and you need to listen to me right now. Number one, you should be spending an hour a day or more learning AI for the next 3 months. You should pick Claude, ChatGPT, Gemini, DeepSeek, whatever, and go hard for that for the next 3 months and learn a new skill. Then after you learn this new skill, you should monetize it. Because here's the thing. If you deploy AI, you will be okay. But if you keep I remember talking to someone and she was like, I want nothing to do with AI. I'm not learning it. I'm not spending no time. A lot of people have this attitude. It kind of brings me back up to when Kindle came out. And this is a question I asked on a training session. I was surprised at the number of people who still had book collections, CD collections, because that was a thing. They have a CD collection. At one point, if you had a lot of CDs, you could take them to the pawn shop and pawn them and get a lot of money. I did not know that people still had these collections, because me, I don't have a book collection, I don't have a CD collection, all my stuff's in the clouds. So, as a person in the bottom half of the K-shaped economy, you need to be starting some type of business. In the next 3 months. Next 3 months, train yourself, do the things that you need to do to actually go ahead and position yourself to where you can actually exit the bottom half of the economy. Because like I said, from a pure economic standpoint, the economy is nowhere near as bad as it was 2007, 2008, 2009. It ain't even close. Unemployment was 10%. Now, here's the thing. People are talking about they can't find jobs. As someone who was an employer that was putting out job postings every day, I personally believe that people have become lazy. They don't want to do, like, there's someone over here, let's say there's the employer over here, and they need you to do X, Y, and Z. And people are like, I don't want to do that. I want the money, but I don't want to do X, Y, and Z. And I think that's the big issue. Now, I have not had a job since 1999. So I don't know what the job market's like. I've not had to work with people I didn't enjoy. I don't know what that's like. I have no clue to what the job market's like. I have no idea what the job market's like. But I can tell you from an employer standpoint, if you're not out here trying to uplift yourself, exit yourself, create a better situation for yourself, the struggle is going to be real. The struggle is going to be real. The struggle is just not going to change. So one of the things I'm doing is the Startup Lab. Today at 3 p.m., we're going to be talking about your worst fears. We're going to have that in the Startup Lab. And tonight at 8:30, we're going to have YouTube training. Now, this is how it works, and let me be clear. You show up, you get the free training, but you don't get to talk to me, and you don't get the recorded lessons. Because I had someone sign up for a lesson, and I'm like, hold up, buddy. You got the free training. I'm not going to get on the phone and talk to you again for free. And this is something that gets me. The number of people who want help learning how to make money, but don't want to pay for that help, it cracks me up. Because this person is not going to pay. I'm getting ready to cancel his consult because he's like, oh, I didn't know it was a paid thing. It's just like, oh, ghost. I'm going to become a ghost. I'm going to disappear. I'm going to become a ghost. And this is the thing. We got a lot of training that we're going to get into. This week, we'll do the Startup Lab. We'll be talking about that. And then we're going to get into the Intellectual Property School really, really hard next week. Really, really hard. With YouTube training, with first we're going to do YouTube training, then we're going to do how to write a book, then we're going to do online courses, then we're going to do coaching, then we're going to do podcasts. And we're going to be doing this really, really hard. So For the people who want to actually make more money, this would be something for you. Because the price of, like right now, there's something that's starting to happen in the intellectual property school. And then one of the things that's getting ready to go down is we're getting ready to get into a lot of deep training. Like tonight, we're going to talk about how to shoot a YouTube video, which I have not seen a video on that on YouTube. I'll Google it, we'll see. But here's the thing. If you're a person in the bottom half of that K-shaped economy, you need to be working as like a ninja trying to change your economic stance. Because here's the thing, and why do I keep bringing up, I started a business in 2009. I started a business in the middle of a recession and turned it into $1 million business. The economy is better today than it was in 2007, It's better. It's better. And you need to adjust your mentality to the opportunities that exist and the things you can do and the money that you can make. Because literally, if you go ahead and position yourself right now, the end of the year, you could be creating a business that does 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, $80,000 a month. You can do that if you position yourself to go ahead and get that going. So one of the things that you have to really, really understand is this whole thing that is going on right now. Number one, the economy is not as bad as people say it is. It's just not. Number two, you can go ahead and create another source of income in this bad economy. Number three, you have to decide to take action. If you do not take action, nothing's going to happen, nothing's going to change. And there was someone, DoorDash, the girl who was doing the DoorDash with the YouTube, she literally had to give up her apartment and move into her car. I'm just sitting there like, you don't have to do that. If you go ahead and get skills that people actually will pay you for, you just don't have to do that. But once again, we got to look at this whole thing that is happening, and we have to understand what is going on. Because you can make a lot of money if you dedicate and open yourself up to making more money. It's possible. So below, I'll have some of the classes and stuff you guys can attend. It's about to be 12. Then we're going to get into the thing at 3 o'clock. And then I have a consult at 4 to 5. Then we're going to get into the training at 8:30 tonight. So if you want to make more money, if you want to open yourself up to doing well in this economy right now, you need to, number one, get more skills. If you're poor right now, you have a skill set problem. Number two, you need to really, really lean heavy into AI. I mean, it's crazy what AI can do right now. So you need to lean heavily into AI. And number three, you need to take action. Now let's talk. I don't know why you people be sitting back waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. Jesus is not coming down to bless you. Jesus is busy. Jesus not coming to bless you. I don't know why y'all keep waiting to take action. I don't understand it. Please explain it to me in the comments. I don't know what y'all waiting on, because what you're waiting on ain't coming. It's just not.